What's up, guys? I'm Tim Geddes. This is Nick Scarpino. Today, finally, we are reacting to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 2017 first teaser trailer.
Spoilers, that's a whole trailer. I just want everyone to know.
But
it's still a trailer.
But this is a teaser.
That's true.
By definition.
That's true. We haven't seen anything
teased,
yet.
Nick.
You are teased.
I am tickled.
Absolutely.
We're not seeing Doomsday. You know,
no,
this ain't none of that. No, this is a teaser, and I appreciate that. Now, are we going to get completely spoiled once we see the actual trailers? Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Are we going to see Zordon? Are we going to see Alpha 5? Are we going to see the Zords? Are we going to see them act? Are we going to hear It's Morphin Time? Yeah,
I hope
we're going to see all of that shit in the trailer. I hope not, but we're going to.
We're going to.
We're going to. That's how
you have to. You can't sell a
Mighty
Morphin Power Ranger movie without actually showing the Power Rangers.
Yes. So this has been a long time coming. We've seen many images. We've seen they did a lot of photo shoots for Empire Magazine and all that with where we saw the CG suits, and it was kind of like. Then we saw the posters with the Zords, and it's like, all right. And then they started announcing some casting, and we're like, all right, we're getting Bryan Cranston as Zordon, and it's like, yes. Then we're getting what's his name, Kev? Bill Hader as Alpha 5.
Right.
Yes. Elizabeth Banks as Rita Repulsa. Yes. So a lot of the supporting cast I was really into. Really into this idea. Now, it's Power Rangers.
Yeah.
So is this going to be a great movie?
No.
No. Okay. The answer is no. The answer is no.
I don't think it's going to be a great movie.
But you guys know, I love Power Rangers. Huge Power Rangers fan. So the idea that they are making a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie with Jason and Zach and Trini and Kimberly and Billy, that's exciting to me.
My prediction of where this movie is going to lie, I think it's going to be fun. I think it's definitely going to be just a Power Rangers movie in every sense of the word. But I think it's going to land squarely somewhere between like the fourth Karate Kid movie. You know what I mean? Like and the next Karate Kid movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like somewhere in that area, I think is where we're shooting for as far as quality and impact is concerned.
So my thing with this is, you know, we have now rebooted pretty much every franchise imaginable from the late 80s, early 90s in terms of kids cartoons or Saturday morning shows like this. So we've seen Ninja Turtles, we've seen Transformers, we've seen a lot of that stuff. A lot of the concerns I had or have about Power Rangers is that it is just going to be a Power Rangers movie. And I think that they are doing a good job of separating it because Power Rangers is a franchise that never stopped. So every year there's been a season with a whole new group of Power Rangers coming through after the first 7 seasons, and every time it was different.
Rangers.
But whereas Transformers and Ninja Turtles have been around for years, and every time that there's a new show, it's still Leonardo and Raphael and Donatello. It's still Optimus Prime and Megatron. Power Rangers it's constantly just different, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that we're going back to Mighty Morphin and the fact that they are, it's the tone. This is not. You say it's Power Rangers. This is not Power Rangers in a lot of ways. Power Rangers is super corny. Power Rangers is super over the top and lighthearted.
Yeah.
This is not that.
I mean, obviously they're going for much more of a Chronicle vibe with this, which I think I saw a lot of, not criticism, but a lot of people saying that, this reminds them of Chronicle, and especially this scene that we're looking at right here, where they have to kind of discover their powers and test their powers, right? But I feel like this captures the spirit of Power Rangers while still bringing it into the 21st century. Yeah. It's still about a group of kids. It's still about them discovering powers. It's an origin story. This is an origin story, which is great. It's going to be fun to watch them come together and fight Rita Repulsa. It's going to be mired with incredibly cheesy moments and incredibly cheesy lines, even though it is a darker story.
But I think that is what I want from it. Like, I'm hoping we get some cheese because I'm not seeing too much cheese here. Like the Rita Repulsa scene is like, man, this is the Power Ranger movie that that scene at least is the Power Ranger movie that I wish that they would make. So I'm pretty excited about that. But you're right, it's Chronicle meets Breakfast Club. Yeah. Is that a bad thing?
No, not necessarily. I think it can be really fun. I think, again, this is obviously not going to be a hard R rating. It's going to be probably PG to PG-13, I would imagine.
Yeah.
It's probably already rated. It's definitely not R. But, we've got... I think it's going to be a fun film. I think it's going to be, for anyone who's a Power Rangers fan, it's going to be a cool world to see these characters playing in. It's, to me, I think... probably right where it needs to be, which is somewhere in between the original series and that amazing Power Rangers short that happened that Ari Shankar put out a long time ago. That was way too dark. And no one wants to see that. I would love to see that.
Everyone wants to see that.
I would love to see that dark, but you can't do a movie that dark with the Power Rangers franchise. It's just Saban's not going to let that happen. But I think this is going to be fun. And honestly, you know what it reminds me of a little bit? I made the comparison to the Karate Kid. I should have made the comparison to like it's actually between Sky High and the Hilary Swank Karate Kid, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like it's going to be fun. There's going to be moments that are probably going to actually be very enjoyable for me. I will actually see this because I'm fascinated to see what they do with it. The question then becomes when they make the inevitable, Power Rangers 2, 3, 4, and 5, where they go with the series. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves on that one.
We can only hope.
Yeah.
Tommy needs to make an appearance. So there's a lot to break down in this trailer for me as a fan. So the Chronicle and kind of Breakfast Club vibes that we're getting from this, I think are good in the sense that I would rather that than Twilight. There was a big worry that this movie was going to be
a little bit of a Twilight vibe
but I'm not immediately. When you watch it, you think Chronicle, not Twilight, which I think that is a good step in the right direction. There's a lot of things here, like this scene right here is very reminiscent of how they got their powers in Zeo, which I like. There's a lot of subtle little nods to like the Power Rangers mythology that has been kind of growing over the last 20 years. But I like that we're getting at least some character development, because if you think back to the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, there wasn't an origin story. Their origin story was that they got teleported from Zordon into the thing, and they're now Power Rangers.
Yeah, dope.
So it's like, they gotta at least give some type of real reason for this thing happening, or else we just get the 1995 Power Rangers movie, which, shout out to that. But that can't exist. You
can't do that now, especially since you're a movie that's this expensive and that they're going to market this heavily has to target new audiences. You have to bring in new audiences with this, and you can't. I don't think that you could put out that level of cheese and get modern day tweens right now, and which I think is the audience they're probably going for with this.
Exactly, and I think that so far at least, like this trailer has millions and millions and millions of views.
Oh, of course.
And it's like kind of shocking, and it is getting the type of views that like Marvel movies get, or like big time things. And Power Rangers scene is kind of a niche.
I mean, I would imagine it's not quite as popular as like something like the X-Men or Avengers. But I mean, that you have to admit it's a great move for them. Like, say Power Rangers to anyone, that any one of your friends, they know it.
Yeah.
They might not be huge fans of it, but everyone knows the Power Rangers.
So the biggest kind of issue with this trailer, as a Power Ranger fan that everyone's talking about, is that they have powers as civilians. Now, in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, they did not. They were able to kind of fight the putties every once in a while, but then they would have to morph and to continue fighting. I'm not against it, really. I think that it gives levels to, they can fight. They have powers as civilians. Then there's the morph level. Then there's the Zords. It kind of just raises the stakes of what they're doing, and allows them to have different kind of fight scenes and stuff. The CG looks horrible.
Yeah, this shot in particular
the jump looks really bad.
I mean, maybe this is, who knows? They may fix that a little bit. It might be just a cut for the trailer.
I doubt it, though.
This stuff looks great, though. I mean, there's beautiful cinematography in this. Is actually my one concern when and I think this is the biggest sort of thing they got to fight against, is that it's so synonymous with cheesiness. It's so synonymous with that. Deep depth of field, sort of like TV-esque. Obviously I'm a human being in a costume.
Yeah.
On it, like Godzilla style, chomping around a city. That I think that they made a smart move. This looks like a film. This looks like a film that they put a lot of money into. It looks like a film that they're investing in because they want to make this a franchise. Obviously, that stuff looks great.
Yeah.
That looks
okay, Kev, this is going to be a little difficult, but I kind of want to go not frame by frame, but section by section through the trailer. So we'll just skip along, starting from the beginning. Does that work? So obviously here, you can pause it. Go back. You can see that you get the colors of the Power Rangers, so that's great.
That's fun. Like that red.
Skip forward a little bit more, Kev. So pause there. Oh, not here. A little bit more. Pause. So if you look on the back window of his car.
Kind of funny sticker?
No, it's a white tiger.
Oh.
Now, we will know the white tiger being the White Ranger's Zord.
Oh, okay.
So very, very exciting stuff there. But what's also exciting is, what type of car is that? Is that a red Ford Ranger?
It is a red Ford Ranger. It looks like it, at least.
There you go. There you go. So we got Jason here. You can go forward, Kev. It's so weird to see things like there's signs that say Angel Grove, and I'm like, man, like right there. It's like, they really did take the original world and kind of like
flesh it out a bit.
We're seeing Jason with his dad, so these characters are actually like, there's some layers to them, which is interesting. We got Zach, the Black Ranger. Pause it back there, Kev. Go back one frame so we see the
The colored pencils.
The colored pencils. Yep. What do we notice here? Yeah. The original 5 plus green and white. So I like it. Little subtle nods to this stuff. So we got yellow, green, red, black, blue, white, pink. So
the orange.
That's red, I think.
That's red.
I think it's supposed to be red.
No, the red is all the way to the right. And
no,
orange
pink is all the way to the right.
That's pink to the right. Oh. Blue's back there. I don't know what those other ones are.
Yeah, I think you're not supposed to see those.
I don't think you're supposed to see those for a reason, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's Billy. So, Kev, go back to the bully. Yeah, so in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, there was Bulk and Skull, who were the two bullies. Who he is, I don't know.
Probably Bulk.
Like, he might be kind of both of them in one.
Sure.
But I don't know. We'll have to find out. I would hope that they're both in the movie, but those are characters that don't necessarily fit in this world.
Right.
Because they were the most over-the-top part of Power Rangers, which is kind of hard to believe.
That's saying something.
All right, cool. Go through. So we got Trini, the Yellow Ranger, Kimberly, the Pink Ranger. Looking good.
Not looking bad.
So pause again. So what I like about all this is all the characters are loners.
Yeah.
Right? All of them have their own issues where they're being all of them are being bullied essentially.
Yeah.
Whether it's by their dad or their outcasts. So it's like I like that it's giving them a reason to join together and have friends and stuff. So very cool. Keep going forward. There's the power coins, which is what they use to morph.
Yeah. But they're usually like
so usually they're actual coins that go into the morphers. I don't know. I have a feeling this might just be the whole.
I think that's going to be the whole
shebang.
Yeah.
Somebody should have pointed that out. Wait, I did.
How do you think they got explosive?
Billy, he does science stuff. He does machines.
How did Donatello get explosives? Who knows? They're in the sewer. Found them probably.
So it really makes me wonder if this is all from like the first third of the movie, or like how much of the suits are we actually going to get in this? Is it just going to be like the final act?
Probably. I mean, I would imagine you get to the midpoint, right? When Rita Repulsa's done something horrible, and then they're like, well, we got to take it to the next level, and you get the suits. Because, I mean, this is Origins, you got to go at least to the first act.
Yeah.
And then at that point, they realize they learn who they are, and then
Pause
they're
there,
set on their mission.
Yeah. Can you go back to the shot of the two girls?
Yep.
So this is the most Power Ranger shot in the entire thing.
Yeah.
Because you see them, practicing karate? I don't even really know what they're doing.
They're practicing Taekwondo, man. It's very, what are they going to do?
But they both do like, I got your back
I
thing.
I assume they're fighting someone,
Yeah.
that the putties are coming, or someone's coming, and they have to actually fight for the first time.
I think that this is them maybe practicing.
What's
in
with
the command center.
this dude on the train, though? What's he doing?
Green Ranger, bro.
Is it the Green Ranger?
I think it's the Black Ranger.
Do you think that any of this movie is going to make any sense?
This is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Go to the kiss.
Go to the kiss, Kevin. Kevin, the kiss.
Is that before?
Right there.
So that's Jason kissing Kimberly.
Yeah, that's what we always wanted.
That shit ain't canon.
That's what we always
Dog.
wanted.
We all know that Tommy and Kimberly belong together forever. Yeah, we understand that in Zeo, she leaves him and he ends up getting with Kat, the second Pink Ranger, because he's a little Pink Ranger whore out there. It's like, God damn it, Tommy, you need to stop. You need to be stopped. And then there's like a flash forward where like 100 years in the future, Tommy and Kat have kids. That's not my canon.
Look,
I don't believe that.
This just reads to me like, hey, we had a tough day. Maybe we should kiss each other as friends. Totally platonic kiss.
Just platonic kiss. Now what I'm hoping is this leads into some dynamic between the eventual Tommy and Jason.
Oh, I'm sure it will. The question becomes like, and this is the question I always have with this, is like, are they going to introduce that character now? Is that character going to be a big part of this? And if so, how do they do all that? Because it's hard to have that much happening in one story. We saw it, unfortunately, unfold terribly in Batman v Superman, even though Greg's not here. But so if you're going to put that character in, he's going to unfortunately be pigeonholed into the story.
We can only hope that there's nods. I mean, there already is nods to him in this, but like nods really to Tommy as a character, and then that he later comes in, maybe like a post-credit scene or whatever. Keep going, Kev. So pause it there. So that's Elizabeth Banks as a horrifying Rita Repulsa. We've seen her Super 4. It's very green. I would not be surprised if the story they kind of go with is that she is the Green Ranger. Or at least was the Green Ranger. She says, I've killed Rangers before, implying that there has been other Rangers. Yeah. I would also assume that Zordon was probably a Ranger himself before, that they have history, and there's going to be a lot of shit tied in there.
Awesome, love
so
that. That's
I'm
fun.
excited about it. In the original Power Rangers series, Rita created the green power coin, which then made Tommy the Green Ranger. So Rita being like the source of the Green Ranger's power makes sense, and I think that this is kind of a modernization of that.
That's cool.
So that could be pretty cool. She violently throws Trini here. Boom. Backwards lightning bolt. I don't like that at all. So we get the command center, which is dope.
And then we see the morph.
Go back a little bit to the Yellow Ranger. Here's a little thing I was reading about. Her shirt says 1973, which is the year the original Yellow Ranger was born.
Oh, okay.
R.I.P. She died in 2001.
Well, that's unfortunate.
So that little costuming there. Then we see him kind of like a very tease of him morphing into the suit. And then the most important thing, everyone was asking me, Tim, what does the trailer need to do to win you over?
And
I was like, all it needs is the song. And they got the song. So there you go.
Yeah, there it is.
So it's, you know what? Whatever. It's better than it could have been, is the best I can say about it. I watched this trailer for the first time at Disneyland, and I was just like, kind of like, my first reaction was,
Yeah.
Yeah. But the more I watch it, the more I'm like, all right, like, what more can I ask for, realistically, from a Power Rangers movie?
Nothing.
Based on the original Power Rangers in 2017.
This is the best that's going to do for you.
I'll take it. Nick, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
What do you think of the Power Rangers trailer? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, I love you.